once again, very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Laureen. Thank you, Exabytes, for inviting Alibaba.com to share at the SME Digital Fest. And it's always an honor and pleasure to be able to speak to Malaysia's entrepreneurs and SMEs. I hope all of you are well and staying safe. And there will be two parts to today's presentation from Alibaba. So basically, I will take the first part away, focusing mainly on just explaining the Alibaba Group ecosystem as a whole, and also to clarify a little bit more what Alibaba.com B2B e-commerce platform team is doing in Malaysia, so that it sets a proper, a clearer stage for my colleague Davis to share some data and insights on, number one, the overall traffic that has been growing since the pandemic hit the world last year, and also in terms of what the global buyers are looking for, what are the categories, what are the demands, and what are the shifting consumer trends or buyer trends that we see globally on Alibaba.com coming from the Alibaba.com data. All right, so firstly, I would just like to quickly give you an introduction of the Alibaba Group ecosystem. So basically, mostly in Malaysia, I think in the rest of the world, besides China, when you say Alibaba, most people would just associate it with the founder. But actually, the Alibaba Group is actually 21 years old this year. It was founded in 1999, and today my colleague and I, Davis, we actually represent the Alibaba.com platform, which is the B2B e-commerce platform for wholesale global trading. Okay, so mainly you see three sections under the group. The umbrella of Alibaba Group has three main sections. Today, we'll be focusing on the core commerce section. And if you can see, Alibaba.com is sitting in the left-hand side, just below Taobao. So under the Alibaba Group system, there are digital and media entertainment. There's local services in China, which includes transportation, maps, and other services. But mostly we'll be talking on core commerce demands today, which is some of the platforms and brand you might be familiar. You actually see Taobao, Tmall, AliExpress, and even Lazada. So what is the difference between Alibaba.com and the platforms that I just mentioned is mostly we are serving a different group of buyers or customers. The customers who come to Taobao or Tmall or AliExpress and Lazada, they are end consumers like you and me. We go online to buy maybe one or two pieces of a certain product or item for our own consumption. But the customers that are coming to Alibaba.com, which is Alibaba Group's B2B e-commerce wholesale platform, are global buyers who are buying for businesses, which means they buy in larger quantity for wholesale purposes for their own retail businesses in their respective countries. All right, and all of these different business divisions in Alibaba Group is served at the bottom of the slide. You see by payments, financial services, logistics, advertising, data management, and cloud computing business divisions. So perhaps some of you who are familiar, you might actually be familiar with Alipay and Ant Financial as the payment and financial services arm, which is also under the Alibaba Group. And also in Malaysia, you probably would have heard of the China, which is our logistics and warehousing arm of the Alibaba system. Now, Alimama is more of the advertising and data management platform, more focusing in serving the businesses in China. And Alibaba Cloud also has presence in Malaysia as well as globally to provide cloud computing services. So mostly this supporting businesses actually supports the data creation and reveals the data to help sellers or entrepreneurs on our various different core commerce platforms to actually serve their customers better, to market their brand and products better. Okay, so this are the different divisions in the Alibaba Group, and today we are talking about the B2B e-commerce global trading platform and some of the benefits. Okay, so just going to give you a quick introduction of myself. My name is Nancy. I'm the Regional Marketing and Business Development Manager for Malaysia and Thailand. And as you can see, I've worked in many industries and mostly focusing on tech and e-commerce background. And I've been with Alibaba Group for about close to 3 years now. All right, so mostly I work with the SMEs and entrepreneurs in Malaysia and Thailand to help the market understand what is e-commerce, what is exporting through a digital channel, and what are the benefits of a platform like Alibaba.com that can help you get your business online really quickly. All right, so introduction and about the Alibaba.com platform. Okay, so you see on the screen, on one side, you see global suppliers, and then on the other side, you see global buyers. So this is mainly the function of Alibaba.com platform, is to facilitate global buying and global selling between people who are supplying in various countries, such as Malaysia, and facilitating the communication with global buyers, which we have 18 million global active buyers in over 200 plus countries and regions currently. All right, who are the buyers? They are mostly trade agents, okay, in various countries such as the United States, the Europe, Middle East, and so on and so forth. Okay, they could also be wholesalers or retailers or SMEs who are engaged in the import and exporting business. And these people are buying in wholesale quantities to resell to end consumers in their own respective markets. Okay, so these are the customers that come into the Alibaba.com platform searching for products in over 40 plus categories, and every single day the global buyers are sending about 300,000 plus active daily inquiries to our global suppliers like yourselves. All right, so today if you are you are a trading company or you're a manufacturer of a certain product in Malaysia, for example, you could be a manufacturer of maybe 3-in-1 instant coffee, okay, or you could be a trading company that actually trades in the food and beverage industry. You would belong to the global suppliers group on the left hand side of the screen, as you can see. All right, and we actually help you to reach over 18 plus million global active buyers to buy your product in wholesale and bulk quantities. All right, and in the end of it all, the goal is for us to make it easy to do business everywhere for all the entrepreneurs. Okay, so moving on. So where are the buyers coming from? So I've said that in the previous slide, we have 18 million plus active buyers, but what are the countries that they are coming from? So what I'm going to show you today is actually the top 20 countries. Of course, we are represented in over 200 plus countries and regions currently, but I'm just pulling out the top 20 to show you a snapshot or a profile of what the countries that are being represented. Okay, so right, as you can see, countries like I mentioned earlier, United States, you have India, Pakistan, Philippines, Indonesia, Mexico, and UK. So these are all very large population nations with very large consumer population as well. And there are many trading companies, retailers, people who are engaged in the import business from the UK, from Pakistan, from India, who are constantly looking for products to buy, coming onto Alibaba.com platform and increasingly sourcing for products such as coffee beans or any other various categories that we are represented to actually buy and trade online. And I think in the case of the pandemic happening, this has become even more important, and we've seen an increase in the global buyers coming onto Alibaba.com platform to actually look for products to buy in wholesale quantities and importing it into their countries, because traditionally B2B wholesale trade, the buyers will be able to attend trade fairs or trade shows such as the Hong Kong Trade Fair or Shanghai Trade Fair to actually look for products to buy every single month, every single quarter. But with the pandemic and the international global travel restrictions remaining in place, they have to find another way to source. And this is the channel that we actually see on Alibaba.com. We've seen a tremendous increase in terms of traffic. Okay, so what are the following countries? Okay, the slide is a bit lagging. Okay, here we go. So these are the next 15 to 20 countries. So you can actually see the Middle East countries, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, being represented as the top 20. So you are reaching into the buyers in these markets. All right, doesn't mean that you can't see the countries that you are currently exporting to now that they are not on the platform. They are. And in fact, what is very interesting that we see is that actually a lot of Malaysian business buyers who are buying wholesale quantities are also sourcing locally from Malaysian suppliers directly from the manufacturers or the traders or through Alibaba.com platform. So you can see that Malaysia has taken position number 25, actually sourcing from the platform, and our neighbors, Thai buyers are also sourcing for goods and products from all over the world from through Alibaba.com to and they've taken number 26. Okay, and also Vietnam, a growing, fast-growing economy, also has a very large population, also source increasingly on Alibaba.com. So what does all these mean actually to you as an entrepreneur in Malaysia? I think the question for you to ask is, number one, how are you reaching new markets in the times of pandemic, right? You no longer are able to attend trade fairs to display your goods and your products, and similarly, your potential customers are no longer able to fly to Malaysia to actually have and it doesn't mean that you stop looking for new countries or new buyers. So this is a good way for you to consider expanding your traditional export business, bringing it online, and immediately through one single platform on Alibaba.com, you're reaching not only the countries that are shared with you. In fact, there are 200 plus countries and regions represented on our platform itself. Okay, so I'm going to end my presentation here, and I'm going to stop sharing my slides. So just quickly before I go and hand over to my colleague Davis, is there any questions that anyone would like to clarify in terms of the Alibaba.com position and what we actually do within the Alibaba Group ecosystem?
So far, we don't have questions yet, but
okay, then we'll see you in a little while.
Okay.
Okay, wait for a moment. Okay, first I will introduce myself. My name is Davis Gao. I'm right now the Global Seller Operation Growth Manager of Alibaba.com. And for this position, I have 1 year's experience. And before that, I'm the Alibaba Category Operation Manager for 3 years. Before Alibaba.com, I'm the traditional buyers, B2B buyers, have about 10 years buyer sourcing experience and supply chain management in the US sourcing office. As a buyers, I will to go to sourcing suppliers and to finish the sourcing project. Okay, this is my experience. So before we started, we have to know about the difference between the e-commerce and the traditional B2B global trader business. First, let's look at the traditional ways. Most of the sailors will attend the traditional trade shows. Okay, they will prepare the samples and prepare the catalogs, and they will rent locations. They will collect the name cards on the trade shows and the communication with the potential buyers on the trade shows. And after that, they will send follow-up mails to the buyers and to get the buyer needs by mails. And after go and forth back, they will conduct come to an agreement, and the buyers will cut orders by TTs and something like that. But if let's look at the e-commerce ways, first, we have to post the most product with the keywords and the professional product descriptions and get more exposures on the platforms, right? And the buyers will use the keywords and searching the products they're interested in. And once they find it, they will use online tools like the online communication tools to send inquiries to the buyers, to the sellers. And after online communications, then the firms have been confirmed, then the buyers will cut all orders online. So this is e-commerce process all the ways. Okay, next page is regarding of the B2B e-commerce sales funnels. So this page will be explaining the more details about how did the buyers do some actions on the e-commerce platforms. Okay, first they will find the product and use the keywords, and they'll select the product. Okay, this is the e-commerce sales funnels. So you have to pay more attention, especially for the sellers. You have to pay more attention on the each funnel's conversion rate. Okay, so this is the e-commerce ways. How did the sellers to promoting their products, and how did the buyers to find their interested product to make the deals? So this is the e-commerce ways. Okay, after we learn about the basic information of the platform of the B2B's platforms, so we want to know about the traffic is really a big factors of B2B platforms. So first thing, I think we have to know the traffics. So let's look at the traffics about the Alibaba.coms. Here the trenders. Okay, you can find here 2 peaks. Okay, the first is our the Alibaba.com will have 2 big events recorded the 6th September and the March post, and Alibaba.com will purchasing extra traffics for these 2 big events, because as you know, during the September's, most of buyers will have some purchasing plannings. For the examples, for the big promotions date for the like the Christmas days and the New Year's. So they have conduct a lot of plannings on that month, on the September's. Okay, much exposed means okay, most of the buyers will have a new plannings for the New Year's, and they will okay with, for example, buyers, and we have about the sellers will the buyers will visit the sellers and communication with the sellers about the New Year's purchasing plans. So most of buyer needs will be generated on this month. So you can find here, okay, So while-wise traffic of Alibaba.com as you know, as you all know, last year, okay, the COVID-19 had really impact a lot for the Alibaba.coms, but the local government was very well controlled in 2 months. So the traffic that already returned back. Okay, so this is just a traffic for your information. So after we learn about the traffics, okay, let's look at the channels. Okay, we have 3 kind of terminals traffics of Alibaba.coms. The first one is apps, means okay, as you know, most of mobile phones will download the software apps, and most of the sellers and the buyers will use apps as a communication tools. Okay, and the traditional buyers will use the PCs. Most of the buyers will use the PCs. Another one will use like the searching WAPs. Okay, so so far the total UV trenders have increased about 36% increase, and you can find okay there are about 60% is come from the apps. So the mobile phone traffic becomes most and major traffics of Alibaba.com. I think this is the same trends for the other websites. So after we learn about the total traffics, I think another traffics we have to pay more attention is about the categories. So far, Alibaba have about around 36 categories and 31 categories with the operation managers to handle and operation the categories. So you can find here, okay, most of you can find which categories has most have most traffics on the B2B platform on Alibaba.coms. And another one data is okay, when the UVs, another funnels is another funnel factor is active buyers. So this means okay, buyers have some interesting in your product and they will send the information to you. So this is another factors. It's really important for the seller to understand okay, what kind of traffics get most traffics, and you want to get more traffics, and you need to consider about your category and put a line to how to optimize your category and put line on the platforms. Okay, this is rankings. Okay, regarding of the buy inquiries. For example, the buyers will send the inquiries to the sellers if they are interested in your seller product, poster product. So this is the rankings, just for information. So for example, the for the Malaysia sellers, the most popular country, for example, the like the food beverages, they have the country advantages in Malaysia countries. So this is another one I wanted to share you. Okay, the Alibaba seller standards. So far, the Alibaba.com have around about 200,000 sellers. Okay, on the platforms, and you can find here. Okay, we have about 10,000. Okay, so 2,000 in the out of China's sellers on the platforms, and the Malaysia sellers have about 4% in the global sellers. And you can find here, okay, here is the trends, okay, based on the sellers numbers by categories. Okay, you can find here the food beverages, construction, real estate, packaging have the most sellers for the top 5-6 categories. Okay, here is the top 10 categories for the Malaysias, and this data is based on the last year's the Magic Center, means the buyer inquiries. So the healthy medicals and the food beverage and the machineries and the security, okay, with the most buyer inquiries from Alibabacom. This means, okay, these kind of categories and Malaysia sellers have the country of origin advantages for these categories. Okay, the healthy medical means, okay, for example, like the gloves and the masks, something like that, because due to the epidemic impact. So this is a lot of buy inquiries for these categories. And the second category is the food beverage. For example, the coconut oils and the palm oils is most popular products in the Malaysias. And also they have the country of origins. If we beat with the other countries like the China sellers. So, and regarding of the machineries, most of machineries, they are not new products. They are the used. They are also the used machineries on the Alibaba.com. So once you learn about the key categories, I think also you need to pay more attention the buy countries. What the hot categories? Which countries is the most for the buyers? Okay, come from. I think you can find here for the healthy medical. The first top country is from Indians. As you know, the epidemic is really seriously in the Indians in the recent days. Okay, so the next one is the United States. Okay, next one is the Turkey. So the next one is the food beverage. So most of the buyer inquiries is from France, United States. Okay, this is help the seller to understand. Okay, these buyer countries come from which countries, and they can compare with your existing product categories and the product lines, and to see, okay, this buyers is buyer countries is compare with follow with your company strategy or not. Okay, and then you can adjustment the sourcing strategies, and maybe these buyer countries is new opportunities for your existing product lines and categories. So this is just quick information regarding of this. So once we know about the key categories, we also need to pay more attention. What kind of categories is subcategories is have the most percentage on the Alibaba.com. You need to do the data analysis. So this is just information. For example, for the health medicals, the most almost about 80% is medical consumers, like the gloves, masks. So this is this kind of product is under the medical consumables. Okay, for the food beverage, okay, you can find here the honey, the honey products. Okay, and the beverages with almost maybe 60%. And the sellers needed to pay more attention. Okay, your categories and the existing product is under the category or not. If not, okay, for example, most of the sellers only have one product or one product line. So you need to consider about, okay, you have to outsource and expand your supply chains to get the inquiries from Alibaba.com. this you need to consider about it. Okay, and you can find this, the machineries. Most of the percentage is okay engineering construction. Okay, and the security one is okay the PPE products. It's quite familiar okay with the medical consumers. And the different is okay, so have most of the license and international standards you have to follow. Okay, 5 years as vehicles, and most of the years automobile parts and accessories and the vehicle transportations with the most percentages and by count. So after we learn about the category information from Alibabacom, and also Alibabacom will create a lot of scenarios to help the sellers and the buyers to communicate online. For example, due to the epidemic impact, Alibabacom created new scenarios, recorded online trade shows, help the sellers and the buyers. They can communications online, and we will use a topic like the videos, true videos, to present the to promotion the product, and we will ask the sellers to perform the live streams, okay, to from their products and introduce their product and to introduce their manufacture process and help the sellers, they help the buyers, they can online to find the product and to know the sellers capacities online. This is just a seller success earrings. This is one food beverage from Malaysia.
Hey, Davis, sorry to butt in like this, but just to let you know, you have about 3 minutes more for this session. So if you could wrap it up soon, that would be great.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Know about the ranking roles. For example, you have to know the roles and to get the more traffic and the conversion rate when you can participate in these events. So this is just a data performance result for the sellers. They have just participate the big events as events September's. Their UV traffic and AV and inquiries have increased about 50% after they join. So in the Alibaba traffic scenarios, we have two kind of. One, recorded the payment traffic. For example, you have to purchase the keyword tidings, the showcase, marketing. And S is order, you need to pay for the monies. And another one is freeze, no money to pay, and recorded the organic rankings. You need to know, okay, the ranking rows and ensure the rows. So this is, for example, the S events and the category front page online trade shows. It is all free, but you have to know the ranking rows and to optimize your traffics and get higher conversion rate when you participate at the events. So this is basic formulas you have to remind, okay, and you have to in your mind. So for example, the post hot product get the biggest and the most impressions, and how to increase and improve your clicks and conversion rates. So for example, the professional titles, pictures, series pricings, okay, the buyer judgment and the quick response rate, and with the quality videos, reasonable price and reasonable lead times, okay, and professional mini site. And this kind of actions will be help you to get the best result, the query increase when you do the business on Alibaba.com. And also Alibaba.com will provide some analysis tools to help you to know the visitors and what kind of hot products for the hot product changes and the keywords advertising. For example, like you can find here, the buyers come from which, and your keywords get how many exposures and how many viewers. So you can find here, and here is the keyword advertising, help you to okay, which keywords will have the most visitors and exposures and high conversion rate. So this is all the information I want to share with you, and hope all the Malaysia sellers can exporting online. Okay, so in this page I would like to okay Alibaba.com, the global sellers growth management teams will provide some online trainings for the new onboarding sellers based on their okay life circle terms. For example, the first month, okay, we will provide some online trainings to training the sellers how to post the product and how to become a star sellers and some FQ skills, something like that. So this is all the information I would like to share with you. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Davis. And of course, a quick shout out to Nancy as well. If you'd like to join us on the screen, I'd like to thank the both of you before I say goodbye to both of you. And of course, we do have one question in the Q&A box right now. So if either of you could answer that, once the session ends, that would be great. And of course, do not forget that you can always join us here after your session. We're more than happy to have you along with us for the rest of the day. All the way it's up till 5:30 where we have a panel discussion just to end day 2 of the SMA Digital Fest. But of course, on behalf of Exabyte Malaysia and the organizing committee, we'd like to thank you so much for being a part of this event. Thank you so much for your contributions. It really does mean the world to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Laureen.
All right, we'll see you, Nancy. Bye, Davis.
Bye.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.